Amanda, thank you. Matthew Golden made NFL draft history last night in Green Bay. The Packers drafted the former Klein Cain standout with the 23rd pick.
That's right. It is the first time that franchise has drafted a receiver in the first round since 2002, and Golden's whole community has been celebrating ever since. KPRC2's Joy Addison was at his draft party in the Woodlands last night when his name was called. Joy is joining us now. So what was that moment like?
It was a magical moment. I mean, everybody was shocked because Matthew had said that he'd been in contact with the Cowboys. That's who'd been calling him. So he thought that his name was going to be called for the Cowboys. When his name wasn't called, you know, the energy started to die down.
Sure.
People kind of started packing up because they figured if his name did get called, he would get called by the Texans. And so after the Cowboys made their pick, and it wasn't Matthew, we were waiting on the Texans, but the Packers went first. Now, we know that the draft was hosted in Green Bay by the Packers. They typically, based on their history, do not draft wide receivers, or receivers in general, in the first round. So nobody really knew that they were going to call Matthew's name. There may have been a couple of hints based on his location. He wasn't at the draft party. He actually was in Green Bay. And when they called his name, everyone started to celebrate. Let's see the moment.
Matthew.
That was wild.
Yeah, it's just a truly electrifying moment. Now, this party was hosted by Matthew's second family, the McConnells, and Mr. McConnell, the father, actually was Matthew's 7-on-7 Little League coach. So he still coaches Little League, and the kids that you saw jumping up and down, those are actually the current Little League players. They said that Matthew is a big mentor for them. He talks to them, encourages them, motivates them. He comes to their games. We know that Matthew played 2 seasons at UH, and then he transferred. He was a Longhorn for 1 season. That's what his coach actually believes landed him in the position that he was in last night to be drafted by the Packers. Let's hear from his coach.
I'm just super happy for him. I mean, what an unbelievable opportunity to get drafted by the home city. Original NFL franchise, you know, first team to ever win a Super Bowl. We always tell our kids, trust the process. You know, we live in a world where everything wants to be instant. I want to get it now. One of the things that always stood out about Matthew is he was never afraid to put in work.
It was pretty exciting. I mean, I guess I'm a cheesehead now.
How will you feel watching him in his first game as a Packer?
Really excited. The fact that he got drafted in the hometown, just exhilarating.
Just exhilarating.
Yeah, that's James and Brody Clancy. James was actually his high school coach, and then Brody wore Matthew's jersey from Klein Cain to school yesterday. He was so excited.
So sweet. I know you mentioned about him thinking maybe he'd be in Dallas or be selected by Dallas. Did he have any indication that Green Bay might call his name last night?
So at the last minute, he was actually supposed to be at this draft party, but at the last minute, he was invited to come out to Green Bay. So that was the little clue that I mentioned earlier. We weren't sure, but that was the clue.
And I want to go back to that moment that you showed us, the video after his name was called. That looked like a really emotionally charged room. I mean, it looked like some folks in there had tears in their eyes.
They did. People were crying. I mean, the coaches and the other Little League players, the parents, they were so emotional because, like I said, everyone thought it was going to be Dallas. And after Dallas did not call his name, the next choice they thought would be the Texans, that he would stay here in the home city. They just never thought that he would make history as the first receiver drafted as the 23rd pick in the first round by the Packers. The team that was hosting the NFL draft would happen last night. They haven't done that in over 20 years.
Yeah, everyone truly holding their breath until the last second.
Yes, yes. You could cut the tension in the room with a knife. And even when the Packers started, everyone was looking at the screen, but you could see people were distracted. And when just you could tell that he was saying Matthew's name. I mean, people just went
lost their mind.
Yes.
And you can understand why.
Oh, yeah.
We're so happy for him and the whole family and friend situation. Everybody out there who had a great time and just an exhilarating moment when his name was announced. And Green Bay, they'll all have to go to Lambeau now.
Yes,
and be part of that
they're
history
traveling
too.
to support him. Now, one of of the other good moments that we saw was when he was giving his speech, he opened up the inside of his jacket and he actually had photos of his family, his second family, the Little League players sewn into the inside of his jacket, and all of the excitement that had died down just picked back up all over again. Everyone was so excited.
An unforgettable moment.
Yeah, one more thing I want to tell you guys.
Yes,
Matthew confirmed with us yesterday that he will be spending his first NFL check on purchasing his grandmother's house. It's for sale right now. He says they lost the property, but he's going to be purchasing that back with his first NFL check.
Taking care of
peeling
his
the onion.
family.
I mean,
know.
there's so many good
all the
little
way
tidbits in the
around.
story.
Such a good story.
Joy Addison, great job reporting on this for us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. All right.